Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie. And today I'm going to do a review of something quite interesting. I was at Five Below recently because my daughters love shopping at Five Below. And they brought to my attention that they sell pickleball paddles at Five Below. So I took a look, and sure enough, you can get these bad boys right here. 2 for $5. That's right, 2 paddles for $5. What a bargain. So just out of curiosity, I wanted to see for myself, what are pickleball paddles from Five Below like on the court? So I bought these. We're going to give them a try and see how they are. And before I open them up, let's look at the packaging. It says it has enhanced durability, dynamic bounce, lightweight design, and a comfort grip. Oh yeah, and we see it says 2 premium paddles. Obviously, these are not USA Pickleball approved pickleball paddles, so these can't be used in tournaments, but curiosity got the better of me. I bought them, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to test these out, see how they are, see if there's any chance that they're any good. The shape and the size is quite interesting, not the traditional pickleball paddle size or shape. It is very, very thin. In fact, ping pong paddles are thicker than these alleged pickleball paddles, so that's pretty interesting. Now it says it has a comfort grip. It's comfortable, I suppose. I mean, it's soft. It's wood. It's a wood paddle, in case you were curious and you weren't sure, but this is made of wood. I'm just curious, how long will this thing last before it breaks? Because this thing is very, very thin. I feel like it probably can't handle too many really hard drives or overhead shots, because that is quite thin. Don't know how long it'll last when slamming those pickleballs. First impression of these paddles is they pretty much feel like what you would expect when you get 2 paddles for $5. That's pretty much the best way I can put it. But you never know. You never know until you get on the pickleball court how a paddle will perform. Maybe it will blow me away and surprise me with how good it is. There's only one way to find out, and that is to get on a pickleball court and play with them. So the next time you see me, I will be on the court to test these bad boys out. We'll see you there. All right, we are at some local pickleball courts. I got my daughter Addie here with me. You ready to test these out?
Yep.
Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna start off with some dinking, see how this thing handles dinks.
The sound already
Oh man.
sounds cheap. I just wanted to point out too that these paddles are very thin.
All right, so let's try this again. We're just trying to do some dinking here. You gotta apply a lot more force than usual. Oh man, you can just tell the sound is weird. The feel is weird. All right, let's see if we can get a good dink rally going.
Very good for light dinks because you barely have to
Here we
touch
go.
it.
Oh, all right, let's switch sides. I'll see how my backhand dink is with it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh man. It's kind of sad how hard and how much you have to push the ball just to get it over the net while at the kitchen line. Another thing, I feel like I can feel vibrations going through the paddle into my hand with every hit.
The handle is like a very thin wrap of like some type of foam, and it makes your hands smell like it.
Yeah, it does kind of have that dollar store rubber kind of smell. I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these paddles definitely do not have vibration dampening technology, that's for sure. I feel like I can feel every hit. With every shot I make, I can just feel the vibrations going through my hand and even up my wrist a little bit.
Do we dare try a hands battle?
Yeah, let's go ahead and try a hands battle here. Wow. These are not good for blocking, that's for sure. They just totally die. You have to always give a nice push. Blocking is not an option.
It's definitely not a good gripping material. It's very like slippery.
Yeah, they say this has a comfort grip. Would you say this is a comfortable grip for you?
I mean, it might be comfortable, but it's gonna slip out of my hand.
Yeah, it's not definitely not very tacky at all. Oh, look at that. Look at this rally. Oh!
That's pretty good.
All right, let's try some serves and returns. Let's see how that
Pretty
goes.
good battle.
Hopefully we can actually get the ball over the net. Nice. Ugh. Oh. Oh, what a point, what a point.
Leave a comment down below if you want to see Addie versus Webby, full court or skinny singles.
What just happened? Did it break? Oh my gosh.
We got the paddle break.
It already broke.
Just on that return I had there.
Oh my gosh.
This is just barely wrapped on there. Looks like two pieces of wood stapled together.
So we didn't even get done warming up and the paddle broke already. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was first opening these paddles, I talked about how I wasn't sure how long these paddles would even last because of how thin they are. Well, we got our answer. They do not last long at all.
We were playing for about maybe 10 minutes, not even.
It was my first serve attempt, and then she was returning it, and that's when it broke. So we hadn't even started playing a game yet, and it broke. That is very, very sad.
We gotta get a replay on that too, because it broke in half and then the paddle flew.
This is crazy. It's even worse than I expected. I mean, I knew these paddles were a bit of a joke when I first laid eyes on them and felt them in my hand because of how thin they are. They didn't feel very durable. They're very thin, and as you can see, the handle just broke right off. Looks like it was attached by cardboard. Like it's just,
Oh yeah.
like it literally, I don't know if you can see that, but it literally just looks like cardboard. You are a big fan of shopping at Five Below. They have some really good stuff for the price. These did seem like kind of too good to be true. 2 pickleball paddles for $5. What are your first impressions? Do you think it's worth 2 for $5?
I would like to say that it's worth it for people that are just trying to start the game and see how, like, if they would like it or anything. But even that, this might not be a good first impression of the game, especially if they're just trying to learn and their paddle breaks after the first 5 minutes.
I'm surprised they can even get away with calling these pickleball paddles because, like, as you can see, look how small this is. Right here we have a comparison of the Volair Mach 1, which is the most recent paddle that Eddie and I did a review of, and then you see how it compares to this paddle. Much, much smaller. And like I said before, definitely not USA Pickleball approved, so you couldn't use this in a tournament anyways, but I was hoping that these would be good enough to have somebody that's brand new use just to see if they would want to get into pickleball, but I definitely could not recommend this to anybody to try playing pickleball with. I mean, you have to hit the ball harder than usual just to get the ball to go over the net, but as Addison proved, you can't hit it too hard, otherwise it's going to break. So it's really a lose-lose situation, so unfortunately, I cannot recommend this paddle to anybody that wants to get into pickleball. However, I do like to find the positive side of things, and I do actually think there is a market for this. And I think that could be future episodes of Webby versus everybody, because I think if I were to make my opponent play with one of these paddles, that could be a good equalizer. So if I'm playing against a pro player or a 5.0 player that normally would absolutely crush me, I think it could be good to see if I can beat them while they're using this. It might be a good equalizer, and we'll see how things go with that in the future. But what do you think? On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the best, what would you rate these paddles?
I'm gonna rate it at 1.
A 1? All right. To be honest, I feel like she's being kind of generous. I'm going to give it a 0.5 out of 5. And the reason I'm not going to give it a 0 is, like I said, I do feel like I could find a use for this paddle. I am looking forward to seeing how a pro player does with this paddle against me. Now that I only have 1 left, I'm hoping that this paddle will last long enough to go through an entire match. But yeah, this is basically useless on the pickleball court. But that's going to do it for us here today. And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
Sir.
Pickleball addicting and fun, that's no joke. Pickleballing, it's not just for old folks. Pickleball.